I'm gonna miss her too.
I'm not sure which is worse, finding out Mike was a fraud or that he's taking my daughter away.
Pretty sure it was the fraud thing.
You probably got a point.
Speaking of frauds and your daughter,
She left that for me?
a little welcome to the firm from your little girl. By the way, Harvey wants to meet at 9:30 in the conference room, so in the meantime, why don't you set yourself up in Mike's old office?
Thank you, Donna.
It's nice to have you here, Robert.
Well, we'll see how nice it is once I tell Harvey it's not his old office that I'm looking to be in.
Claiming managing partner already. Isn't that a bold statement for day one?
Let me tell you something, Red. I've been making bold statements my entire career. I'm sure as hell not about to stop now.
All right. I think we all know who's going to be managing partner isn't something we're going to decide overnight. Therefore, for the sake of firm harmony, I suggest we start with conflicts of interest.
Fine with me.
Me too.
Great. As you can see, I have taken the liberty of suggesting who drops which client. And I am confident you'll agree with all of my proposals, with the exception...
I'm not dropping Dexter Raw.
And I'm not dropping Claviton.
Exactly.
Exactly what?
What do you mean exactly what? I knew that neither of you would be willing to give up those particular clients. Exactly that.
You mean you don't have a suggestion?
I have a suggestion. You drop yours, and the next time we have a major conflict, I'll drop mine.
You sure about that? Because the next major conflict we're going to have is who's managing partner.
Then what exactly is your idea?
I say whoever's client billed the most hours last year stays.
Well, that's pretty damn convenient because your client went through a merger, so their billables are inflated.
You're saying that the sun got in your eyes and that's why you dropped the big pass?
Wait a second. Harvey's right.
Come again?
No, not about who to drop. Your client did just go through a merger. They're in a whole new line of business, most of which doesn't conflict with Claviton anymore.
Where are you going with this?
I'm saying if we can get either client to drop the one division where they still overlap, you can keep them both.
Well, in that case, I'll get my client to drop. It's the least I can do.
Oh, no. I'll do the honors. After all, you welcome me into your home.
Why don't we make it a friendly wager? We each get our client to drop. First one who gets there wins.
Sure thing. You plan on making it into the new offices anytime soon?
What for? Help you pick out new lamps?
What's that supposed to mean?
It means I knew you'd come in here and ask me to take care of whatever needs taken care of whenever it needs taken care of. So, unless you want to step in and take a beating, why don't you just get to it?
You think I couldn't handle you?
I think if you took your tie off, we could find out.
Shit, I'd come up there and get my ass kicked by a skinny white girl. My life would never be the same.
So what do we got? Number 2, number 6.
Number 14 with a side of 11.
Well, leave the file and the particulars. I'll get to it when I'm done.
Samantha, I need you to come through for me on this one.
Come on, Robert. Have I ever let you down before?
You've never lost, but you have let me down a time or two.
Well, then I give you my word this will not be one of those times.
Jeremy Stiller?
Who are you?
I work for Robert Zane.
Well, I'm sorry, Ms. works for Robert Zane, but this is private property. I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
I have to say, it almost feels like you knew this encounter would happen,
That's because Alex Williams told me a man named Sam Wheeler would be coming.
which means he was resourceful enough to find out my name, but didn't have enough imagination to think I might be a woman.
Well, he had enough imagination to tell me not to take your call.
And he only did that because he's afraid you might like what I have to say.
Well, I don't. Even if I did, I'm loyal to Specter Lit.
Look, I'm sorry. Clearly we got off on the wrong foot, but
We did. Now, if you don't mind, I have work to do.
I grew up poor. We lived on a farm, and my only chance of going to college was to get a scholarship, which I did. Sophomore year, the company that funded my scholarship went out of business. So I had a choice. Do it myself, or don't do it at all. Since then, I have scratched and clawed for everything I have ever had.
Why are you telling me this?
Because the details were different, but I know the same thing happened to you. Please. All I'm asking is for you to hear me out.
Okay, I'll hear you out. But there's no way I'm dropping my business.